to Deep Sleep Stories. Thank you to everyone who's been listening. If these stories help you relax or fall asleep, a short review, comment, or sharing the podcast with someone who might benefit is a simple and meaningful way to support the show so that we may continue to offer it for free. Now, take a slow, gentle breath and let's begin tonight's story.
Welcome to Deep Sleep Stories. In this gentle space, you're invited to slip into a state of deep relaxation, letting the day's concerns drift away on a warm evening breeze. You might notice your breath easing into a soft, unhurried rhythm, as though each inhale draws in fresh, calming energy, and each exhale releases any tension. Tonight, allow yourself to be guided into a peaceful desert setting beneath the vast Atlas Mountains, where the sands hold the whisper of ancient tales. This is a place of stillness, surrounded by quiet dunes and the warmth of a flickering firelight, where the soft notes of Berber melodies serenade the night. Take a moment to feel your shoulders sink, your eyes grow heavy, and your whole body begin to settle. In this moment, there is nothing you need to do except let yourself be here, poised on the edge of a dream. The desert world you're about to enter is calm, with velvety sands stretching out in gentle waves, touched by starlight and ancient moonbeams. Imagine the air carrying the faint scent of sweet mint tea, mingling with the smoky fragrance of a distant campfire. Let each new breath remind you that you are safe, comfortable, and free. Allow your thoughts to wander to this far-off land, prepared to embark upon a soft, melodic journey of restful exploration. You have arrived at a threshold where reality blends with the serenity of night. And as you breathe in, let the hush of the desert settle into your soul. Breathing out any lingering worries, feel the quiet hush within your chest. Let it grow. Now gently close your eyes if you haven't already, and drift ever so gently into the story that is waiting for you under the stars. In the remote desert beneath Morocco's Atlas Mountains, a traveler has come seeking the stillness that lives in wide open spaces and starlit skies. Gently robed in a light shawl, they walk along the russet dunes. The sun has almost dipped below the horizon, leaving a glow that bathes the sand in dusky gold. Shadows elongate across the shifting terrain, their shapes soft against the cooling grains. Pale wisps of cloud float overhead, tinted with amber and lavender, as if the sky has become an endless palette, brushed with the final colors of day. The traveler moves with unhurried steps, footprints forming shallow impressions in the forgiving desert floor. Each stride is a deliberate invitation to tune into the silent symphony of evening. A soft wind stirs, lifting tiny drifts of sand that shimmer in the fading light. Silence envelops the land, yet it's a silence tinged with subtle undertones. A whisper of wind dancing across the dunes, the faint hum of a distant insect, a gentle flurry of shifting grains. The desert, though seemingly still, offers an invitation to listen closely and discover the quiet life teeming beneath its surface. In the distance, the towering silhouettes of the Atlas Mountains stand like silent guardians, dark against the glowing sky. Their jagged ridges hold centuries of stories, echoes of caravans and footsteps of wandering souls from ages past. The traveler stops, placing a hand lightly on the warm surface of a dune, feeling the evening heat stored within, and taking in the faint aroma of sun-baked earth. Night approaches smoothly as if on tiptoe. Colors wash gently from the sky, dissolving into the hush of twilight. Stars begin to blink awake, one by one, each revealing a delicate glimmer. The traveler gazes upward, thoughts dissolving into the quiet vastness above. The first star shimmers like a promise of peace, soon joined by another, and then a tapestry of soft lights. Before long, the heavens come alive with starlight, shimmering across the dome of sky in an endless array of gentle radiance. The traveler breathes deeply, absorbing the hush that spreads over the desert like a lullaby. The air carries a slight chill now, a pleasant reminder of the evening's transition into night. Stillness wraps itself around every grain of sand, and the land seems to exhale, releasing the lingering warmth of the day. Drawn by a subtle glow on the horizon, the traveler continues onward, guided by the sense that something welcoming lies just beyond the next dune. The walk is unhurried. Each footstep is a soft whisper on the desert floor. In the distance, the glimmer becomes clearer, warm, flickering light dancing against the emerging darkness. The traveler soon comes upon a modest Berber camp where the golden glow of lanterns and firelight flickers gently. Tucked amid the dunes, a series of low tents is arranged in a partial circle, exuding warmth and hospitality. The air is infused with the soft aroma of spices, tea, and roasting grains. A Berber woman dressed in a flowing garment the color of dawn steps forward with a gracious gesture, inviting the traveler closer. Her face is kind, lined with gentle traces of the desert wind and sun. The traveler returns her quiet smile, feeling welcomed and at ease. The tent entrance is adorned with simple, woven rugs, their patterns echoing the shapes of dunes and starbursts. As the traveler steps forward, the fabric underfoot feels soft, each step guiding them deeper into the sanctuary of the camp. Inside, lamplight casts a comforting glow, illuminating vivid carpets, low seats, and wooden tables, where small bowls of dates and almonds are arranged. Flickers of light dance upon the canvas walls, painting moving shapes that sway with the gentle shift of the evening breeze. The traveler lowers themselves onto plush cushions, noticing how the environment seems to cradle them like a reassuring embrace. A teapot rests on a wide brass tray, still steaming gently. The woman pours sweet mint tea into a slender glass, the steam rising in a fragrant swirl. Offering the glass with both hands, she conveys a quiet hospitality in the simplest gesture. The traveler takes the tea, sips slowly, and tastes a delicate blend of sweetness and warmth that instantly soothes. Outside, the crackling of a small fire combines with the faint hum of voices, The traveler emerges from the tent to find a small circle gathered around the flickering flames, prepared to share stories, music, and gentle companionship beneath the open sky. The night air is crisp, carrying subtle hints of fennel and cumin drifting from a clay pot simmering nearby. A low wooden drum and a slender flute lie in the sand, ready to conjure up desert songs. Sparks from the fire ascend into the inky sky, dancing briefly among the starlight before fading into the great expanse. A wise elder with kind eyes stands at the circle's edge. His robes are gently worn from many travels, and his voice is low and resonant, matching the gentle pulse of night. He greets the traveler with a respectful nod, as if recognizing a spirit eager for rest and renewal. He then settles onto a cushion beside the fire, beckoning for the traveler to do the same. Soft conversation flows around them like a warm current, easing the transition from day to night. The traveler can sense the collective comfort that comes from sharing the desert evening with companions who understand its rhythms so intimately. A younger man picks up the flute, blowing a tentative note that rises softly into the hush, a single melodic line that lingers in the air. The elder begins to tap lightly on the drum, setting a slow, steady heartbeat that seems to echo the traveler's own. The camp's gentle harmonies grow, weaving together in a lullaby-like cadence, warm and unhurried. The traveler listens, allowing the music to seep into every muscle, loosening tension, quieting the mind. Before long, the desert's voice joins in, the soft rasp of sand shifting in the breeze, the gentle hiss of wind across tent lines, the faint murmur of distant creatures settling in for the night. Stories arise and drift around the campfire, woven into the music. The elder recounts ancient caravans traveling across the Sahara, guided by starlight and an unbreakable bond with the land. He speaks of endless nights when traders would gather to exchange goods and tales, creating a tapestry of culture that is carried on for generations. His voice is soft, measured in the glow of the fire, each word holding a gentle resonance. The traveler gazes at the elder's lined face, imagining the wisdom etched in those creases, wisdom gleaned from long journeys across shifting deserts, and from quiet nights spent listening to the silent language of dunes. The traveler feels the pull of these stories, as if each tale has the power to cradle them closer to sleep. Words flow in the flickering light, wrapping around the circle like a comforting shawl. Firelight highlights the desert dweller's features, revealing tranquil expressions shaped by a life lived at nature's pace. In this community, time seems measured by sunrise and sunset, by the movement of constellations across the night sky, rather than the demands of clocks and schedules. Drifting in this soft, melodic atmosphere, the traveler becomes aware of their body relaxing further. Shoulders drop, eyelids grow heavier, and even the dunes beyond the fire's glow seem to ripple in an almost dreamlike motion. The elder's voice, the gentle drum, and the flute's airy song weave into a single lullaby, that resonates with the traveler's deeper consciousness. A child sitting at the elder's knee hums along, occasionally clasping hands in gentle applause when a particularly pleasant note is played. The entire scene offers solace, dissolving any tightness or worry. Hours pass in this timeless moment, the fire never seeming to wane, yet neither raging too fiercely. Its glow remains steady, a gentle guardian of the night. The traveler leans back and looks upward. The sky has become an even deeper shade of velvet, and the stars appear brighter, denser, like a glittering canopy overhead. Occasionally, a shooting star traces a silvery path across the heavens, leaving a faint memory in its wake. The mountains, now shrouded in darkness, reflect the moon's tender light along their peaks, a quiet reminder of their watchful presence. In time, the traveler rises and wanders a short distance from the camp, guided by the gentle shimmer of moonlight. Out here, away from the glow of the fire, the desert feels even quieter, as though the night itself pauses to breathe. The traveler's feet sink slightly into the cooling sand with each step, the grains rolling softly away. The hush holds the promise of secrets known only to these ancient dunes. The traveler gazes in wonder at the vistas that stretch out in every direction, unbroken except for the softly undulating slopes of sand. The hush is profound, a soothing emptiness that invites reflection and calm. A small breeze wafts by, carrying echoes of the flute and drum. The traveler finds a comfortable spot on a higher dune where the desert opens up into a sea of gentle ripples. Settling down, they feel the cooling earth beneath them pressed into softness. Overhead, the stars swirl, and the pale moon reveals its serene face. Here, in this place of quiet, the traveler allows the mind to drift, the edges of thought loosening until a deep tranquility takes hold. If there is any hint of restlessness left, the desert night soon envelops it in a tender hush. Returning to the camp, the traveler is met with the comforting sight of rugs and cushions arranged around the diminishing fire. Another welcoming figure, dressed in robes of subdued colors, gestures for the traveler to join a small group who are sipping a final glass of tea. The steam curls lazily upward, carrying the subtle scent of mint and sugar, melding with the mild desert air. The traveler rests on a cushion, feeling the body sink easily into the gentle support. Around them, the conversation is taken on a softer tone. Everyone's words flow slowly, as if guided by a rhythmic lull that belongs uniquely to this time and place. A lullaby begins, sung by one of the Berber women, her voice gentle yet resonant. The language is unfamiliar, but the melody transcends speech. It carries the comfort of home, the solace of belonging, and a lull that draws one closer to rest. The traveler closes their eyes to better feel the song. A gentle wave of calm moves through each note, guiding the group deeper into a collective peace. The hush that follows is thick with contentment, as if the entire desert, from the smallest grain of sand to the towering Atlas Mountains, rests in a sacred stillness. The traveler's eyelids feel heavier now, lulled by the desert's hush and the tender hum of quiet voices. The woman finishes her lullaby with a final soft note that lingers in the stillness. The group seems to sense this natural pause, and one by one they begin to retire to their tents or find a comfortable corner near the fire. The elder acknowledges the night with a grateful nod at the stars, then slips away with measured steps, leaving the traveler to settle further. In the fading glow, the camp remains a gentle haven, an intimate sanctuary under the vast Moroccan sky. Wishing to rest, the traveler is guided to a tent where woven mats line the floor and a soft bedroll awaits. Inside, the lantern glow is dim, enough to see the outlines of a small table, a neatly folded blanket, and a simple rug with earthy, muted stripes. The walls of the tent flutter slightly in the breeze, singing a soft rustle that fits seamlessly with the desert's whispered soundtrack. The traveler kneels, running fingertips along the textured patterns of the rug, feeling the authenticity of hand-spun wool and natural dyes. There is something comforting in this tactile connection, a reassurance that simplicity often holds profound comfort. The night air seeps in, cool and inviting. The traveler drapes a light blanket over their shoulders and eases onto the bedroll. The low flicker of a lantern dances on the tent walls, creating gentle shadows that sway in tune with the breeze. Beyond the tent's door, the traveler can see the glowing embers of the fire and the silhouettes of those still enjoying its warmth. Little by little, the hush grows deeper. Words are spoken in hushed tones, and the murmur of conversation quiets until only the faint crackle of embers and the rustle of sand remain. Settling in, the traveler closes heavy eyes. The desert's gift is a sense of eternal peace, where each star above holds a promise of timeless rest. Thoughts meander, drifting through images of dunes, star-sprinkled skies, and the comforting presence of new companions. The hush that envelops the camp feels like a cradle, gently rocking each weary soul toward a place of profound tranquility. Somewhere outside, a lone wind scampers across the sand, creating a gentle, sweeping sound. The traveler imagines each grain of sand touched by that breeze, carrying a lullaby, echoing the ancient songs sung around the fire. In this dreamy state, it's easy to picture the countless travelers who have walked this desert before, their footprints erased by shifting dunes, but their memories lingering in the air. Their stories, much like the one unfolding now, are woven into the fabric of these sands and mountains. Perhaps they too once gazed at this same moon, seeking solace among the stars. The traveler's breathing slows, matching the desert's quiet rhythm. With each inhale, the subtle sweetness of tea and spices lingers, and with each exhale, any residue of stress or worry evaporates into the open night. An hour or so drifts by in this half-sleep, half-dreaming repose, the soft lamplight dancing like fireflies on the canvas. The traveler stirs slightly, roused by the gentle sound of footsteps outside. Another lullaby begins, so soft it's almost a whisper, gently lulling a child in a neighboring tent. The melody wafts through the camp, weaving into the traveler's half-dream. At times it seems the desert itself joins in, with the breeze shifting through the tents in delicate harmony. Now the traveler's mind drifts across the sands, free of boundaries. In the dream space, the dunes appear luminous, pulsing with moonlight. The traveler floats along these tranquil hills, hearing echoes of the earlier flute and drum, echoes of laughter, echoes of quiet conversation. The air is tepid and soothing, carrying hints of stories, yet untold. If the traveler were to reach out a hand in this dream, they might find themselves gathering the stardust that settles upon the desert's surface. Soft grains shimmer with cosmic glow, each glowing speck a tiny universe, resonating with the possibility of rest and renewal. Outside, the fire's embers dim, yielding to the endless shimmer of the night sky. Slivers of moonlight slip in through a small gap in the tent's entrance, painting a narrow path of silver across the rug. The traveler turns over, nestling deeper into the soft bedding, surrendering to the gentle pull of sleep. Each breath becomes slower, quieter, as if the body knows it is time to fully let go. The hush of the desert intensifies, creating a velvety cocoon where dreams can bloom. In the hush of the wee hours, the desert reveals another layer of its nature. The sky above the Atlas Mountains darkens even more, and the stars seem at their brightest, some blinking softly, others shining steadily with ancient light. The traveler's breathing is deep and rhythmic, lulled by the mild night air. Occasionally, a distant creature might stir, offering a call so faint it blends into the tapestry of nighttime sounds. Yet that gentle call only amplifies the traveler's sense of security, a reminder that all living things share in this nightly lull. The entire camp breathes together in harmony, humans, animals, wind, and sand. Sometime later, faint footsteps approach the tent. The traveler only half notices the gentle rustle of canvas as one of the Berber hosts checks that everyone is comfortable. Satisfied with the quiet that has settled, the figure drifts away, leaving only the echo of a blessing, softly spoken for a restful night. A few final notes of a distant lullaby float through the quiet air, barely audible. It's enough to guide the traveler further into a tranquil dream space where the lines between waking and sleeping dissolve like footprints under a shifting dune. In that dream, the traveler envisions a wide caravan crossing the desert lit by 1,000 stars. Camels gently sway, their footsteps like a subdued drumbeat upon the sand. Their riders look toward the horizon as if drawn by the promise of unknown wonders. Yet in this reverie, the traveler feels no rush, no hurry to reach a specific destination. They simply observe, feeling the calm presence of the vast landscape. The dunes rise and fall gracefully, a living sculpture shaped by wind over centuries. Each dune is unique, its ridges forming abstract patterns that mirror the movement of the sky above. In these desert dreams, time is elastic, gently stretching and folding. Memories meld with the stories told around the fire, with the lullabies hummed in distant tents, and with the unspoken truths of the land. A sense of belonging emanates from every grain of sand, reassuring the traveler that peace is found in surrendering to the moment. There's no pressure to act, to perform, or to solve anything. It is enough to be here, present and open to the calm, weaving itself through the soul. Meanwhile, the wind's soft breath continues, occasionally stirring the tent and causing the lantern flame to flicker. The traveler stirs but does not wake fully, instead drifting back into dreams that shimmer like moonlit reflections on rippling water. Each shift of the body is accompanied by a sense of gentle support, as though the desert itself cradles the traveler with ancient compassion. The hush weaves through every heartbeat, reminding the traveler to trust in this meditative stillness. Slowly, the night wears on, and the dark sky begins a subtle transformation. Far in the east, a delicate hint of light whispers its arrival, though the moon still hangs high. The traveler remains curled in deep rest, cocooned by warmth and the gentle hum of night. When faint bird song greets the earliest break of dawn, it's as if the desert gently announces a new cycle, a quiet renewal that invites every living thing to wake refreshed. Yet for a while longer, the traveler remains in the comforting realm of slumber. The final hours of night are the sweetest, cloaked in that dreamy hush that precedes the first glow of dawn. The desert, so often portrayed as harsh, cradles its visitors with a profound sense of stillness. Here, time becomes an ocean of silence, the gentle exhale of wind, the faint notes of a desert tune. It all merges into a lullaby so vast it could span lifetimes. The traveler's thoughts, now unencumbered by worry, drift in and out of these soft illusions, and each breath invites deeper relaxation. In the last stretches of night, the desert's coolness intensifies, but the blankets and tent hold in a pocket of cozy warmth. The traveler's breathing remains easy, each gentle inhale a soothing wave. If dreams float in this space, they reflect the desert's calm, a swirl of midnight sky, the welcoming glow of a campfire, the subdued resonance of a Berber song. Soft colors, gentle shapes, and kind faces drift through the traveler's mind, painting a dreamscape that seems to promise peace and renewal. With the edges of sleep slowly shifting to a serene doze, the desert's lullaby begins its final refrain. The hush deepens into a near silence, only broken by the faint rustle of canvas and the subtle stirring of soft sand. The traveler, half aware, feels the body sink deeper into the cushion, lulled by the profound sense of safety that permeates the camp. Each moment dissolves into the next, with no clear boundary between thought and dream, wakefulness and rest. tranquility reigns, soothing the innermost spaces of the mind. Now, as the quiet drifts toward a gentle close, the desert's wisdom seeps in like a soft light. The traveler does not rush toward dawn. Instead, each second is savored like a sweet drop of rain after a long drought. There is no urgency here, only the nurturing presence of stillness. The Berber songs reverberate through memory, carrying their gentle cadences into the traveler's resting heart. Peace pulses in every breath, in every subtle shift of blanket against skin. And as the night reaches its most silent pitch, the traveler slips into a deeper, dreamless slumber, cushioned by the warmth of the desert and the comforting whispers of ages gone by. Thoughts fade entirely, replaced by an enveloping calm that promises renewal when daybreak finally comes. The faint glow in the east remains distant, a mere suggestion that tomorrow waits patiently, ready to bestow new wonders whenever the traveler is prepared to receive them. Sink further into the hush, letting each breath guide you closer to sleep. In the quiet moments, the desert's lullaby settles within, wrapping around the mind like a soft, starlit shawl. The notes of drums and flutes fade, replaced by the gentle harmony of silence. Let the eyes grow heavy, as though weighed down by the comforting darkness. Let the body feel cradled, supported by the earth beneath. There is no need to think, to plan, or to remember. Here you can simply be. Breathe in and feel the last traces of tension melt away, dissolving into the mild night air. Breathe out and let go of any final stirrings of wakefulness. Let the hush of these sands beneath the Atlas Mountains cradle you, lulling you with the faint echo of Berber songs. Allow the story of this desert night to lull you into a serene stillness, where every grain of sand resonates with compassion, and every star pulses with quiet reassurance. Good night, dear traveler. May the silent dunes and ancient melodies guide you into the most peaceful sleep. Let the desert night unfold in your dreams and feel its gentle wisdom replenishing your heart. You are safe, cocooned in a timeless embrace under the shimmering sky. Sleep well, carried by the hush of this quiet world, free to dream and rest until the golden warmth of dawn softly awakens you once more. Sleep deeply and let each breath take you to a place of pure tranquility. Good night. Sleep well.